Hiders, seekers, finders, keepers. How animals adapt in winter. Written by Jessica Kulekjian and illustrated by Salini Perera. Enjoy the story, and don't forget to like and subscribe. When days grow short, flowers fade, and colors crumple to the ground, all the hiders hide. As autumn weather cools and food becomes harder to find, many animals look for a place to rest for the winter. They're undercover, burrowed deep. Eastern box turtles dig underground burrows and wait out winter in brumation, similar to hibernation. They lower their heart rate to 5 to 10 beats per minute and stop breathing completely. Instead, they soak in oxygen through their skin. Wood frogs have a chilly twist on winter survival. They tuck themselves into logs or leaf piles and practically freeze solid. When warmer days return, they defrost and hop back to life. Chipmunks slow down their bodily functions, such as their heartbeat and breathing. This slumbery state is called hibernation. Bumblebee colonies die out in winter except for the queen bees, who enter a state of rest called diapause, the insect version of hibernation. When the queens emerge in the spring, they lay eggs and start entirely new colonies. And snug inside dens, some swirl and curl up where nobody can see. When black bears hibernate, they enter an inactive state called torpor. During this deep rest, they can go up to 100 days without a meal. In periods of wakefulness, mama bears give birth and nurse their cubs in the coziness of their hidden winter homes. Snakes hide in dens, caves, or tree stumps during brumation. Snails seal off the entrance to their shell with mucus to prevent drying out. Hundreds huddle in stillness, side by side. Some species of ladybugs spend the winter packed together in large colonies. They remain in diapause until small insects, called aphids, their favorite food, return. Other ladybug species stay active through winter. They seek out warm places, sometimes even people's homes. Carpenter ants produce a substance called glycerol that prevents them from freezing. They hide in trees or logs and stay inactive, unless they are in someone's toasty house, until the weather warms. And while the hiders hide, the seekers seek. Many creatures migrate to a new home in search of warmer temperatures and better food sources. Scientists believe the decreasing daylight in autumn is a signal that it's time to go. Arrows cross the clouds, pointing their way toward a new home. Canada geese fly in V formations, playing follow the leader as they head south for the winter. Each adult bird takes turns leading the flock. Hooves thunder over hills, through water and into valleys. Elk, pronged-horned antelope, and mule deer move to areas where the snow isn't as deep and food is easier to find. Wings scribble across the skyline. Eastern North American monarch butterflies may flutter close to 4,800 kilometers, or 3,000 miles, to get to the mountains in Mexico where they spend the winter in oyamel fir trees, also known as sacred firs. The migrating generation is sometimes called the super generation. It takes only one generation to migrate to Mexico, but several to make it back to Canada and the northern parts of the United States. Thousands chase tomorrow, one by one. Ruby-throated hummingbirds seek new territory once the nectar and insects they eat dwindle in the winter. They can fly up to 37 kilometers or 23 miles in a day and typically travel alone. Green darner dragonflies migrate south in winter. Scientists only recently discovered their migration routes because the dragonflies don't stick together for the entire journey, so they can be difficult to track. While the hiders hide and the seekers seek, the finders keep. Some creatures have adaptations that help them tolerate and survive harsh environmental changes. They keep warm, bundled in coats, keep full with buried treasures. White-tailed deer and red foxes grow winter fur that keeps them extra warm. In the fall, mice, gray jays, and some squirrels bury meals such as nuts and seeds to eat later in the winter. And keep close enough to kiss. Female red squirrels cuddle up with their families to keep warm. Great horned owls take over abandoned nests. Then they lay eggs and begin raising their young in late winter. Millions make their path, step by step. Tracks in the snow are clues about which animals have passed by. Deer, moose, coyotes, and bobcats leave zigzag tracks of their prints in shapes that match their feet. Foxes leave behind prints in a straight line. Rabbits and squirrels make 4 prints in a pattern that matches the way they bound ahead. Lynx prints are shaped like ice cream cones. Snowshoe hares and snowshoe lynx have large padded paws that make it easy to travel on top of the snow. When the sky spills on the ground, the hiders hide, the seekers seek, and the finders keep until the sunshine warms again. Thanks for joining me for today's story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Imagine, Create, Play, Educate for more. See you next time.